Hello everyone. So as we have watched the earlier videos in which we have constructed all the 3D objects the wall for the TV unit as well as for the the wardrobe along with the beds along with the backdrop of the bed and the chairs, tables and various other things which we have imported. So now we will be importing some of our textures from our texture files. So we have to just click on the side click and then we have to just import few of our textures. So you can see here I have imported some of the textures. So you can select any one of these textures and just import in this wherever you want to. Okay, so first of all I am selecting a texture for pillow. Okay, for the pillow cover. So first of all I have to get into that group. Okay, then we have to go to the place on double clicking. Okay, after double clicking on the file we will be importing the texture for the pillow. Here it is. So we will be importing, yeah, you can see now it's applied to that. Okay, so basically in this video lecture we will be basically focusing on the textures, how to basically import them and apply them. Okay, so here are some of the textures. And one more thing, just remember all these textures which I am using in this are the premium quality textures, so definitely they gonna give you a very soothing and a very good effect to this one. Okay, so now we will be searching for some more textures. Okay, so here is a texture which we will be placing on the back of this, yeah, the bed back. Okay, so here it comes. Yes, so as you can see we have imported the texture up down here. Okay, so basically these texture files will be available to you in the drive link as well. Okay, so you can easily just go and import these texture files. Okay, so there are many textures available for pillow as well as bed sheets. Okay, so you can use any of these textures from this file. I'm using now wood for the for this table. So I will be double clicking on this. I will be exiting that group and moving into this group. So this is the main issue which happens when you apply texture to a group. So now we will be pressing the Ctrl Z. Okay, yeah, so we will be separating this, we will be going into the group command and then we will be then we will be placing the texture to the imported file. So we will be now getting into this group. If it's not coming in, then you have to zoom out for a bit. Okay, so now it's able to get the texture. So we have, you can see we have nicely placed down the texture up there. Okay, now we will be selecting the tabletop. One second, you have to scroll back and zoom out for a bit because few of the times the texture don't get imported. So due to the geometry selection, okay, so you have to just scroll back and zoom out. Even you can use the escape key. Okay, yes, so now you can see I'm able to get. So now we are placing up the textures. Okay, so the textures are looking great and absolutely fine up there. Okay, so we will be placing or adding textures to few more places. Okay, which are right up here. So now we will be placing this texture on the backdrop of this wall. Okay, so yeah, so you can see how it's looking. It's looking really nice. The wood effect is coming great. So now we will be placing the texture over this portion. Okay, so this one is looking quite good. Okay, so now I will be like rendering this part, and you will be able to get a good effect, like how it's looking. So basically the thing is, after you import all these materials, you have to just select best quality materials out of these, and you can just apply up there. Okay, all these textures are kind of premium quality textures. Okay, so as we have already placed up the lights up here, so there's no light in the cove, so we can go up with the rectangular lighting and pluck it from the one of the points and ending it to the other point by rotating it. Okay, yeah, so here it is. Yes, so here it is done. Okay, so one of our coves has been placed out. Other coves will be placed up there. Okay, so you have to just check it out whenever you place a cove, that it's giving a proper lighting or not. So here is the scene 1, in which we will be performing some of our render activities. First of all, we will be applying some of the paints on the walls as well, so that it can get a bit highlighted. Okay, yeah, yes, so we have applied it there. The material is being applied, and we will be coming out of this geometry by clicking on the white face of this. So now we will be doing a render. First of all, we will be going to Vray settings bar. Now you can see all the settings are there, available up there. So the adequate settings you have to go with, or you have to come up with, will be these settings. You can use NVIDIA AI render for denoising only if you have a NVIDIA graphic card in your laptop or a PC, or if else you can also use the Vray denoiser. Okay, so for that you don't need like NVIDIA graphic card or some, you can just go with any of the graphic cards available up there in the market. Okay, so this Vray, you have to click on this Vray, and the quality you have to keep, you can keep very high if you want a very high quality render. Right now we are just checking it out, so we can either go with the interactive render, or we can also go up with the medium quality of rendering. Okay, and the update effect shows like you want it rapidly or not. Here's the save frame, which comes when you just switch it on. Okay, so the portion inside the save frame only will be getting rendered, rest of the portions won't get rendered out. Okay, so just remember one thing, whenever you like do the rendering, you can just go on the save frame and you can just start the save frame. So now you can change the views. I'm going to the perspective view, but it's quite, it's quite symmetrical, but we want to be in 2-point perspective, so we will be like using the palm tool and dragging it up and down. Now the render is okay, so we can just do a render for this portion. Okay, so you can come with the lighting, the rectangular light which I have used up here. I can also change the intensity of light needs to be changed up to like 450, or you can use the warm color. Okay, and all the settings are good, and we are ready to go. The rendering engine are like CPU, CUDA and RTX, which we will be discussing on later after this module. Okay, and in global illumination you don't have to make any of the changes. You can go with the radiance map or brunette force as well. it totally depends on you. Okay, you, if you want like a good quality render, you can shift on these things. But whenever you take out whenever you want any of these renders, you have to just, don't have to go or change any of these settings manually. You have to just click on quality. If you want a medium quality, then just click on medium, otherwise go to a high quality. That's it. No further changes you have to do with it. Okay, so you will be getting a good render. Rest of the rendering, exact rendering details will be like explained to you in the upcoming videos. Okay, so let's do the render. This one is the render. Okay, so this render, you can see the material quality, the wood material quality. Okay, you can see the TV unit wall, the wall on which the TV has to be placed, the television has to be placed. The wall is having a glossy effect. Okay, the wood texture is having the glossy effect right now only. Okay, when we will be applying all the other materials, so after that you can just imagine what kind of render quality this texture is going to give to us. Okay, so here the rendering is going on. You can either zoom it in or zoom out by using the scroll button in the mouse. Okay, so we haven't applied the material over the cupboard, so there won't be any texture for that one. But as we have applied material over the, you know, the back end of the wall of bed, the backdrop wall and the TV unit, we have applied the material, so they are quite okay. Okay, so those materials are like, you can see they are giving a quite good texture up there. Okay, so let's see this render process. It might take some time. Okay, as it's pre-pass only. After this there will be a rendering part, then there will be a final settlement of this image, then you will be getting the last and the final image. Okay, so we can't wait that much. Okay, so we will be like seeing few of the things up in this render, the quality, and after that we will be just like closing this render. And even you can go for the denoiser in this RGB color as well. This denoiser will also take a lot of time for render. So basically whenever you want a good quality render, you just need to go to Vray and do the setting part as per the prescribed to you in the further getting started videos. Okay, so all the render settings will be explained to you in the upcoming videos perfectly, because we haven't applied all the material right now. So if we even explain the render settings, then it won't be of any use until and unless the render settings are being explained to you. Okay, so after applying the materials, we will be explaining you the whole render settings. Okay, and there will be two kind of render settings. One will be for the best and the high quality render, whereas the other one will be for the basic quality render. Okay, there will be two type of renders. So now we are going to stop this. Okay, so it's stopped now. You can see this the texture on this wall, the TV unit was quite great. Okay, so we will be turning on the interactive render. Okay, it might take time because the textures are being loaded up right now, and the texture quality is even higher than the previous. Okay, so you can even see in the interactive render is basically it provides you a good quality of render. Like good quality means like it provides you the closest of the renders. Like after you give a whole render output, like you have made all the settings and you are then rendering the final outcome, you can get a gist of it while you are turning on the interactive render. Okay, so basically for rendering a particular region, we will be selecting this region tool, we will be marking up the region. After this we will be stopping the render. then we will be rendering the last. Okay, but it might also take some time because now the file is getting heavier. Okay, so it might also take some time. So you can see the glossiness appearing up on the wood texture. Yeah, definitely you can see the, yeah, here is the glossiness part which you can easily see, which is being the glossiness is coming out. Okay, so you can easily determine the textures we have applied are so nice and easy to go textures. Okay, so one more time we will be doing some of the render part for this portion, so we can get the quality of texture is coming nice or not. So here, so you can see this one is the part of the the cupboard part up there, which is right up there, this one portion on which I am surfacing the palm tool. That one portion is the cupboard portion, which we are getting in the rectangular. Okay, the render last option. Okay, so basically if you want, whenever you have applied some of the materials, you want to check whether the materials are giving a good quality or not, just go up with the interactive render. Okay, and further we will be teaching you how, we have already taught you how to apply the materials. So basically the materials are in the next slide, we will be applying all the materials, and after that we will be teaching you what all things you have to just focus on while you are rendering. Okay, the Vray settings. Okay, and everything will be explained to you in the next module.